All right, we're in the Spartan Nation with Curt and Jackie Hoopingarner here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, and there's Kim Kittleman, and we're going to take a look at one of the most amazing museums of Spartanalia anywhere in the world, and it's right here in Curt's basement. Give us the tour, boss.
Will do. Thanks, Scott. Over here, this is our Duffy Doherty wall, so we'll start back at the beginning with George Webster, one of our most famous linemen. Of course, here's when Duffy was on Time magazine, a letter that Duffy wrote to us back in the 60s. And here's a picture of me with the Heisman, probably as close as any Spartan's ever been.
Yeah, and I like the pose. That's great.
Over here's a picture of Morton Anderson, Johnny Majors, and Jackie at an event we had down here. And Johnny, sort of as he put it, crashed the party. But we were always happy to have visitors.
I love the fact that you got a dispenser that dispenses both Coca-Cola and ice-cold Budweiser.
And malt beverages, you betcha. Little piece of the rock, right from Sparty himself when he was moved. Our club made a $5,000 donation to help pull that off. And here, of course, is where we spend a lot of time. But here's a picture of Mark D'Antonio and Morton Anderson and Eddie Smith, the quarterback from the 70s, along with Mike Dissinger, a tight end from the 60s.
Tell me about this neon sign. This is fascinating.
Neon sign. We had that made right here in Woodstock, Georgia.
One of a kind.
One of a kind. My son, they gave it to us for Christmas. They took one of the logos down and said, "Can you make this?" The guy says, "Well, I think so." And that was the result.
How many Spartan events have you been at over the years, do you think?
Oh, my God. In the 30, 40 years we've been doing it, hundreds.
And you have tickets from many of them right here.
From a lot of them, you bet. Starting back with the 66 Rose Bowl going on. Yeah. Another Duffy Doherty wall with pictures of my wife and Duffy when we were at the Ohio State game in, I want to say 74, where they didn't know who the winner was until after the game because they didn't have instant replay. And so they got it huddled up and then finally determined a winner after the game. Did the gun go off or not? This is the Curt Gibson wall. We had Gibby down to Atlanta to help raise funds for the new baseball stadium. And here's a Wheaties box that was signed by Curt when he was down here. And we managed to find some of the old Wheaties boxes from the, I guess, 70s and 80s when he was playing.
So this number 8 here, that could be representative of several people. Who is this in honor of?
This is in honor of Morton Anderson, who signed it here on the helmet.
Still one of the greatest kickers in the history of Spartan football.
Absolutely. He holds the record for a 63-yard field goal against Ohio State to beat him. And nobody has beaten that record yet in 30-some years. This is the Tom Izzo wall, starting with the Izzo bobblehead.
Is Tom a Coke drinker? Is that the significance of that, or is that the Atlanta connection?
Michigan State.
Yes, I love
Michigan State Coke ball. Here's us with Izzy over at his office. There's Mateem Cleave signing a basketball for us. There's Coach signing the same basketball over here on our wall. And here's a picture of Zach Randolph back when he was playing, one of the all-time great Spartans. 1-year Spartan, but nonetheless, he was a great player. Picture of us at the Final Four. This is the Steve Smith wall.
The Smith wall.
There's one of Smitty's jerseys when he was playing for the Hawks. There's Smitty and Jackie. And, of course, Jackie was Saban when he was the coach here. But here's Smitty in action. We have a nice collage. Some of his, I guess you don't call them baseball cards, but sports cards, along with Smitty. Pictures of Muddy Waters, Duffy, my son, D'Antonio and I.
Is there any coach that you don't have in this wall of fame?
Not a one. We've got every
single one.
Everyone from Duffy Doherty forward. We never met Biggie Munn, but everyone since then. Magic Johnson, Gus Kanakis, Judd Heathcote, Terry Braverman, the voice of the Spartans.
Absolutely.
Perlis, Denny Stoltz.
You've got them all.
Letters from Bert Smith when he was the athletic director.
And then you actually have the game, the footballs and basketballs.
There's football signed by the entire team. Morton Anderson, Steve Smith, Mark D'Antonio, Tom Izzo, and most important, the Michigan State Toad. Sing it, boy.
I can't think of a more appropriate way to finish our tour.
There you go.
Curt and Jackie, thank you for letting us come visit you on the Spartan Nation.